الله أكبر تعال يا مدام
The world is holding its breath. The United States has just confirmed a major escalation in the Middle East. Iran has launched missile attacks on U.S. air bases in both Qatar and Iraq. This is not a drill. It's real. It's happening, and it's dangerous. Before we dive in, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for real-time updates, because this story is unfolding fast, and you don't want to miss what comes next.
That Iran is striking a US-run military base in Qatar. Let me run you through some of the details that we have, what we know right now and what we're still waiting for confirmation on. We know that Qatar closed its airspace, diverted planes away from it. We know that the reports are that the White House accepted that there were credible threats to this.
Just hours ago, U.S. officials made a chilling announcement. Iran fired multiple ballistic missiles directly targeting Al-Udeid Airbase in Qatar, a major hub for American military operations in the region. At nearly the same time, missiles were also launched toward Al-Asad Airbase in Iraq, another key site housing U.S. forces. It's clear now, this isn't just a message from Iran, it's a full-blown strike. The missiles came just days after the United States carried out devastating airstrikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. Those strikes reportedly damaged key sites involved in uranium enrichment. Iran promised revenge, and now it seems they've delivered. What makes this attack even more terrifying is that Iran is not denying it. In fact, they're proudly taking responsibility. Iranian state media released footage showing ballistic missiles being launched into the night sky.
Explosions have been heard over Qatar's capital, Doha. That, according to reports from the news agencies Reuters and AFP. Now, according to Haaretz, the news outlet, Israeli officials have confirmed that Iran fired 6 missiles on the U.S. base in Qatar and 1 missile on a base in Iraq. For the latest on this breaking news update, we can bring in Misha Komodovsky in Washington, D.C. Tell us what we know at this moment about the situation in Qatar, where the Al-Udeid Airbase is located.
Claire, we do see reports now that there has been a credible threat from Iran targeting the U.S.-run air base in Qatar.
They're calling this retaliation, Operation Annunciation of Victory. Their message? If you touch our nuclear facilities, we will hit your military in the region. The United States is trying to stay calm, but the seriousness of this situation is impossible to ignore. Al-Udeid Airbase in Qatar is home to thousands of American troops and advanced military equipment. The base is a strategic command center. An attack on this location is not just a threat. It's a direct challenge to American power in the Middle East. And then there's Al-Asad in Iraq. That base was also hit by missiles, with local sources reporting multiple explosions and sirens blaring across the compound. The skies above Iraq lit up as air defense systems tried desperately to intercept the incoming missiles. Videos on social media show the terrifying moment when people heard the boom of missile impacts. One witness said, "It felt like the whole earth shook." If you're finding this video helpful so far, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us bring you faster and more detailed updates as this breaking story continues.
Now on our breaking news, the loud explosions that have been heard over the Qatari capital, Doha, in the past 30 minutes. Let's go to Ali Hashem. He's in the Iranian capital, Tehran, because we're seeing, Ali, Tasnim news agency saying that an operation called Annunciation of Victory has begun against US air bases in Qatar and indeed in Iraq. What more can you tell us?
Well, it seems that this is the beginning of an Iranian retaliation towards American bases in the Gulf. We've heard and saw pictures from Qatar. Also, there are reports from Iraq. Now there are reports of sirens in Bahrain. So it seems these missile launches are targeting several bases around the Gulf. The Iranians say that this is in retaliation to the United States attack on the 3 nuclear sites on Sunday morning. And for now, we are not sure what's the scope and what's the timing. I mean, how much will this continue, or it's going to be a one hit and that's it? And of course, whether this is also going to be a pretext for the United States to retaliate or to enter the war, this is something no one knows. It's just part of the analysis. Now,
midway through the night, the U.S. Department of Defense confirmed that both attacks came directly from Iranian territory. These were not proxies or militias. This was Iran, firing its own missiles, a clear escalation that could provoke a massive military response. Thankfully, so far, no U.S. casualties have been reported, but damage assessments are still underway. Iran claims the number of missiles fired matches the number of bombs dropped on its nuclear facilities during the U.S. airstrikes. It's a symbolic move, a deadly game of tit for tat. But this is no game. This is a red line. And once red lines are crossed, history shows it's hard to go back. Qatar, caught in the middle of this dangerous power play, also confirmed the attacks. Officials say their air defense systems managed to intercept several of the missiles. Still, the message is clear. Even countries trying to stay neutral are no longer safe. The region is on edge, and no one knows what comes next. What happens now? That's the question everyone's asking. Will the U.S. retaliate again? Will this turn into a wider war? Is this the beginning of something even more terrifying? A direct military confrontation between 2 powerful nations? We've seen this before. Tension between Iran and the US has boiled over many times in the past. But this time feels different. This time, missiles have rained down on US forces in 2 countries. This time, Iran didn't use proxies. This time, Iran pulled the trigger itself. Military analysts are warning that we may be entering a new phase of conflict. The Pentagon has likely placed other bases in the region on high alert. Air defense systems have been activated. Fighter jets are standing by, and allies are watching closely, fearing that a wider conflict could spread across the Gulf and beyond. White House sources say high-level meetings are underway. NATO allies have been informed. Emergency calls are being made. Everyone understands what's at stake. And the people, the soldiers, the civilians, the families living on these bases, they are the ones who feel the fear most deeply. One American soldier posted online, "We were just sitting in the dining hall when the sirens went off. We ran to shelter. We didn't know if we'd make it." That's the human side of this, the part the headlines don't always show.